it's me, Renee. I'm back. So, in 115 days, I've turned, I turned a big trio, 30. Yes, I do. And I saw, I'm blacking out, Gavin over at How to Train Gavin doing a video like this a few weeks ago, back in November, December. Anyway, yeah, he did the same thing where he had 30 books to read before you're 30. So I decided to do the same thing. Now, you might ask yourself, Renee, why are you doing this? Often when you do like TBRs or like books you're gonna read before this and this, you don't stick to them. Well, no, but at the same time, okay, so this is different in two ways. One, I turned 30 in June, so I got quite a lot of time to read these books. And two, okay, I'm giving you a finger, sorry. And two, these I kind of decided to choose books that I want to read anyway, so they're not like I didn't choose King Richard III or by Shakespeare uh, uh, or like a book by an old Greek guy or something like that. These are books that are already on my radar, already on my plan to read. So these are kind of just a way of pushing me more to read them, really. Yes, some of them are books that I bought 2-3 years ago. Some of them are newer books, but they're all books I want to read. So I'm thinking it's not gonna be that difficult. Also, to be honest, to be frank. Why do you say to be frank? I mean, why is Frank so honest? I don't know. Anyway, to be honest, some of these are books I actually already started, but haven't finished them. So I mean, if I finish them in a few days, they will still work. That's kind of why I wanted to do the video now, and also like if I wait anymore with posting this video, it'll kind of be like outdated. Like if this video goes up in May, or like I post it in May, I'll have no time, and yeah, that's just stupid. So yeah, I'm posting it now. And yeah, let's just get to it. So first we have The Song of the Lioness by Tamora Pierce. So Tamora Pierce is kind of a staple of fantasy. She's written books since like the kind of feels like the 1700s. Well, she hasn't, but like she's a big name in fantasy. And yeah, she's written books since the 80s at least, I want to say. I do know that this is one of the first books in a series she has. She has lots of different series and standalones and whatnot. And yeah, I'm very excited to get this one. And yeah, um, I should probably, you know what? Give me one moment. So yeah, putting the books over there when I finish with them. Yeah, and then we have a new book. It's The Cursed Carnival and Other Calamities. Ha! I managed to say the name Calamities. Didn't the last time, but yeah, this one came out last year. This is the European cover, in case you think it's a weird cover. It's short stories by Rick Riordan and also different Rick Riordan Presents authors. And I I just kind of very much look forward to reading this. So this will be a joy. Well, all the books will be a joy. Well, because I can't know before I read them. They're all books I want to read, but this one especially, I think, because I've read different books by the authors in there. Like some of these books are books I heard about, but I haven't read any of the books or any of the authors. This I've read some of the authors before, so I know I'm gonna get some awesomeness. So yeah. And then we have Dreams of Fire by Nathaniel Wayne. So this is a book by was it a booktuber? It's not a book. They're not a booktuber, but it's by a YouTuber, uh, Council of Geeks. She also has a video called Wear Wang, where she talks about clothes and cosplay and makeup. I want to say. I mainly I mainly watch her Council of Geeks, where she talks about movies, TV series, geek things. And yeah, so this one came out last year in November. I wanted to read it in November, December. Didn't happen. But it has a beautiful cover. I've heard, I saw an interview between Nathaniel and another person on BookTube, person on YouTube. I also got to BookTube. And this one, it just looks so cool. So yeah, I really want to read it soon. Then we have The Tesla Legacy by K.K. Perez. So this is the first in a, I want to say duology. I'm not quite sure. It's been on radar for like 10 years, many years anyway. And I bought it last year because I thought, why not buy it? Sometimes I have books on my radar for a long time, but I don't buy them because you can't buy all the books in the world all the time. But then I thought, you know what? It's been on my radar. It has a cool cover. I want to buy it. And first, I kind of thought it was based around time travel. Now I think it's more like a secret society thing. But both of those things I dig. So anyway, yeah, excited to read this one. And then we have A Touch of Gold by Anne Sullivan. So this one came out in 2019, I want to say. Yeah, 19, I think. And the Pocket came out, paperback came out 2020. And yeah, I still haven't read it. It was one of my most anticipated reads of 2020. But, you know, over here, not reading all the anticipated reads. Wait, there's so many of them. But yeah, this one also, there's also an audiobook of this one, so I might check out an audiobook. I started slightly, but I like at least the beginning's kind of harsh and raw and kind of violent. I'm not often in the mood for that, but like all in all, I mean, this just seems so cool. So yeah, hopefully I'm getting there soon, and yeah. Then we have Ink, Iron, and Glass by Gwendolyn Clare. This is the first in a duet, I want to say. Anyway, it's YA. It's set in a historical-ish world. It's a world based on Italy in 1600s, but it's not called Italy in 1600s, but it has similarities. It's inspired by that. And this world, words can be magic. So like if you, so kind of like Inkheart, that old series from Cornelia Funke, it's kind of the same thing where if you write something or draw something, it comes to life. So yeah, I really like the concept. Beautiful cover, and yeah. Why I haven't read it yet? So many books, not enough time. Hopefully, I'll read it soon. Well, yeah. And then we have Spell Hacker by M.K. England. England. So I got this one last year, and you see it's already a bit kind of a bit rough around the edges here and there. It's because I started reading it last year. I have started reading it. It's yeah, just a bit. Yeah, I started reading it last year, but I read it while I was walking. So kind of, I think I put it down and I had it like by the tree, and yeah, so it's loved. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't really know why I didn't like continue with it because I started slightly. I suppose I just kind of wasn't in the mood to read more at a time, and then kind of been distracted. I do have it as audio as well, so I might sometimes, for me at least, books work better as audio than physical reads. So I might switch to that, and yeah. Then we have A Natural History of Dragons, which yeah, it's a series that everyone, well, yeah, more or less everyone heard about, says it's amazing. And I also heard that it's amazing audio, so I suppose I might try this on audio. This one I actually I've read the first page, but I don't have a bookmark because I just read first page, so yeah, it's so little. But yeah, I want to read it. I'm not quite sure if this is ongoing series or if it's finished, but I do know it's very popular and beloved. So yeah. Then we have Sortegreven or The Black Counts by Tom Race. So this is a non-fiction book about the accounts that inspired the account from Monte Cristo. And I've started last year. I got 100 pages into it, and I really enjoyed it. And yeah, it looks huge. It's big. It's a non-fiction read, so I think around like give me a moment. Give me a little moment. Blah, 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 blah. There's like around 100 pages, maybe like 50 pages with like these 50 pages are just notes, cliff notes and resources and stuff like that, sources. So a lot of it, I mean, it's not as long as it looks. But yeah, I really want to continue it. Why I haven't, I don't know. I read most of this in one sitting and then I kind of put it away. And yeah, but I really did enjoy what I read. So yeah. It's just luxury problems really. I mean, going around saying like, "Oh, I have too many books to read." I mean, it is a bit to the problem, but it's yeah. I mean, it's a nice problem to have, and yeah. And then we have the five, and the untold lives of the woman killed by Jack the Ripper by Hallie Rubenhold. So I started this one slightly last year for nonfiction November. I didn't really love it, but I started slightly, and I did like what I read. So yeah, I want to read more, finish it, and I've heard only good things about this one. And yeah, then we have the Blaze Watch Games by Amparo Ortiz. This is, I believe, a standalone. Anyway, I do know it's a middle grade, and it's kind of this competition between between dragons and I want to say other fantastical creatures. At least as dragons have fight each other with riders, and yeah, things happen. And yeah, it just sounds really cool, and I want to get to it. And then we have Winter's Orbits by Evelina Maxwell. This I actually believe is standalone, if I'm not mistaken. I do know that it came out last year. Yeah, it got yeah, pretty sure it came out last year. Yeah, because it was in last year Goodreads Choice Awards, and yeah, people pretty much talk about how good this one is. So yeah, though also this is kind of interesting because it's been described, at least to me, as a red, white, and royal blue, but in space. And I really loved red, white, and royal blue, but space. I like space movies, but in books form, I often find them confusing and don't really like them in book form. Though I read them sometimes. And I've heard this is 50% romance, 50% space, sci-fi stuff. So, and some people say like it's 80% romance and a little bit of sci-fi. So I can't really get a hold of what this book is. But I do, yeah, I want to read it. So, yep. Then we have Bisona by Romina Garber. This is a book that came out 2 years ago now. Yeah, 2 years ago now. It's a book about werewolves, but also about immigrants, undocumented immigrants. And yeah, at first I heard good things about it, but then lately I heard some mixed things about it. But then again, most books you hear mixed things about. I don't really think there's that many books that everyone loves. Yeah, sometimes a book comes out and it's all praise, 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 but I don't really think there's any books in the world that everyone loves. So I don't really know why I'm kind of hesitating because of some people saying they don't love it. Because I mean, everyone can love a book, and doesn't mean that I won't love it or enjoy it. So yeah. And then we have Good Luck Girls by Charlotte Nicole Davis. This actually started in the weekend. I've started it slightly. I'm enjoying it, but I think it might be a book that I read a bit now and then. I'm not really sure if it's gonna be a book that I read in one sitting. Though some books, at least for me, they're kind of slow in the beginning, and I just kind of read them a bit now and then. But then suddenly you get to one plot point or plot twist where you're like, oh my god, and you kind of have to read more. And then I suppose this book might be one of those that I kind of have to read more, and then maybe I just read a bit now, a bit then, and then suddenly I'm at page 100 and like I have to read, and then I read the rest in one sitting. Or maybe I'll just read a bit now and then, a bit now and then, because I mean, and having a book that you reread in parts, it's not like it's a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing as well. I mean, just because you don't read it all in one sitting doesn't mean that it's a bad book. It's just a different book. So yeah. And then we have Blood Like Magic by Lisel Sambury. I believe this is the first in a series. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, I do kind of know um it says on the back, to save my family's magic, I must destroy my first love, which cheesy but sounds also cool. And I really like this cover. So yeah, and I love witches. And I'm pretty sure this is urban fantasy. Blah 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 blah. Okay, it doesn't really say if it's urban or not. Anyway, I love witches. So yeah. And then we have Babel, Around the World in 20 Languages by Gaston Doran. So this is non-fiction, and yeah, it's kind of, I think it's pretty much the same as his other book. This one is based around languages around the world, which the one I read last year was languages in Europe. This is from the whole world, and it's small essays or tidbits. Well, yeah, call them essays about languages from around the world and how they work, and yeah, kind of fun for me as a language lover. So yeah, and then we have The Lovely War by Julie Berry. So I heard all about this for many years now. It's been favorite for a long time. It's lately been popular on Book Talk. I want to read it, and I think I actually started like already a few paragraphs in it. But yeah, again, so many books and a moody brain. So yeah, I haven't finished it yet or continued it, and I want to. Then we have The Devil's Blade by Mark Adler. This is based upon blah 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 blah, the real life of Julie Daubigny, but in this version it's a fantasy take. So she makes a deal with the devil, I think, in some way. And yeah, I really want to read about her. I just read just about her a little bit, but I haven't really read a book based solely on her. And yeah, I'm curious and I want to read it. Yeah. And then we have the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I've started again. I haven't continued with it because I don't know. It's not high fantasy. Often with fantasy books I haven't finished, it's not like it's high fantasy. I don't love high fantasy. This one, it's not. It's very much my jam. Well, it is. Yeah, it's based in England, just a different England with fantasy. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't continued with it. Anyway, you might ask yourself, well, Renee, weren't you supposed to read? Weren't this supposed to be a list of 30 books before you turn 30? Is this 30? No, let me just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 20 books. So I'm halfway there. So I have a plan for the rest of them. Just give me a little. Where is my notebook? My notebook is. Where is my notebook? My notebook. My notebook. My. Oops. A notebook. Found it. And yeah. This and then. So yeah. Some of the books that I want to read before after I'm 30 are books I actually don't own yet. So yeah. Well, okay. Some of them I have. I can't be bothered to find them because there's books all over the place. But yeah, I also want to read A Golden Fury, which is a YA book, historical book around alchemy. which just sounds so cool. I mean, you don't really have that many alchemist reads, really. So yeah, sounds so cool. Then you have, yeah, then there's, this one is actually down. I can't be bothered. Spoonbenders, which has been described as a book for fans of Umbrella Academy, which I love. So yeah, that one sounds cool. And then we have the Scarlet Pimpernel, which I have an audiobook, actually both in Norwegian and English, so I can have a choose there really. And then we have like Gilded Wolves, number 2 and 3 by Oshani Choksi. So I read the first book, I haven't read the second or third one. So yeah. And then we have These Wishes Burn, Must Burn. So that is, I thought it was just there. Pretty sure it was here. Yeah. Sorry. It's not this one, but just the second book in the series. So yeah, excited to read that one. The orange yet, but I want it. And then we have, yeah. And then we, sorry. So then we have the second book in this series, which I have an audiobook, and The Marked Girl by Lindsay Klingele. And then we have the short stories of the Girl on Fire and Thorns series. So that's one. But we also have, and that's a collection. But we also have spin-off of this, so there's 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yeah. And then there's also Lord Peter Wimsey, which I started last year. Really enjoyed some parts of them. I want to get on you in the series and read that. That's 5. I thought. Yeah. And then we have. You know what? I want to do both of those. And then we have Miss Marple, which is actually an autobiography of Miss Marple. So that's quite fun. It's not long at all. And yeah. This one I might get to soon, but yeah. So 6. And then Just One Damn Thing After Another by Jodie Taylor. I have heard mixed things about this one, but yeah, I want to get to it. And then we have American Street, and Not So Pure and Simple. So, and then we need a last one, which is blah 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 blah. You know, honestly, I kind of thought I already had a list of 30, and now I see I only had 20. Oh, around I had 25. So I suppose no, so I had 28. So if you know about 2 reads that I really should read, like not should read, that sounds weird, that you recommend me so much that I need to read, like I'm stupid if you don't read it, you can recommend it to me down below, and I'll have it in for consideration. And yeah, I should probably maybe have this video be like 30 minutes long, because 30, but you know what, I'm not gonna be that. I mean, that's 30 minute now. I'm at 23 minutes, so I'm quite a few minutes away from that. So no, I'm just gonna bother with stalling time. So I'm just gonna stop here, and I hope you like this video, and bye.